still like, no, not if you think about that thing, ilikuwa imejaa watu sana. So in trying to clear the blockades and all, that is when they started shooting the live bullets. Not the police. Yes. Because gari yao, they had vehicles zenye zimefungiwa and they are trying to access. Na watu wamekataa kabisa. People have started melting stones. Yes. So happened. There was police presence, but here ilikuwa ni purely the KDF just trying to pass. But it didn't last so long. Our were extreme. Still, like someone was shot directly. It was hit and then in a pattern because now we are even questioning the extent, because one of the child, 5-year-old, is from Githurai. Not even distance there, Githurai, like how. So is it that Walendelea wakishoot, ama how did that bullet hit that child? Because the child was riding a bike. Your Messiah was injured na wenzake. And then akasema aliscape to the slap from the back. So when we went to hospital, wakafanya x-ray ndio waliona bullets kwa back, the body.
How old is the kid?
5 years.
5 years old.
Yes, a 5-year-old girl. She's in Kenyatta. But alifanya surgery. When was it in Kenyatta? I think 2 days ago. On Friday. Na akatolewa bullet successfully. So the gunshot ones that we're getting reports from were not direct hits. They were not direct hits.
Was they aiming and shooting?
Yes. So far we have 9.
9
gunshots. Yes, gunshot wounds. I have been in contact yesterday.
What were the 9 were Kenyatta?
Kuna mwenye ako PCA, but the rest are in Kenyatta. There's one in hospital.
PCA anyone?
PCA Kikuyu.
Oh, PCA
Kikuyu.
Oh, male?
Male. No, we have female. We have how many? There's Wairimu, there's the lady who was shot on the spinal cord when she was washing the dishes. I have a list here. But total 9. So yesterday a gentleman from Kenya Human Rights Watch called me. Edgar, nikutumia hiyo list.
So these are some of the.
What are you planning with this?
This was not our plan, but this was the plan for us. We just went to the scene. See why mbona walipigia what hizo risasi zote zilipigwa. This was some of the group that walikuwa then another thing as Ashanja looking for it. From the point that when the KDF was shooting, walikuwa in highlighted point. Walikuwa kwa highway, na ukiwa katikati ya highway, you are like elevated. So unaona vitu kwa chini. So walikuwa occupy the super highway katikati. And hapo ndo walikuwa wanadhibitisha sana. So if na any case of fatal shooting ama inaweza kuwa kutokana na juu mingi utapata hata kwa hizo cases nadhani unasikia corporate unasema maybe ni iligonga mahali ikaruka. And again, hizo shootings still a lot of fear even within the community. So like many people are not coming out to talk, and then we had a conversation here with IJM, and we are waiting for you, and maybe IMLO and Kenya National Commission, because we need to have an inquiry. Yes, as per how how we hear the ground, it might be bigger than the information that we are receiving. So for us, it's the information that you are receiving that we are disseminating as the Githurai social justice sector. But according to what we are hearing on the ground and what we are seeing, I need proof beyond scientific proof that we have to be there to make sure that if we have to set up, let's say, documentation or counseling or something, or said, just you know how we do it within an organizational structure. That now people can come out confidently, because when they see IPOA, they'll come out confidently. When they see, let's say, IMLO will be there to represent, IJM will be there maybe with the legal support, and Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, and Githurai social justice as a grassroots organization, then at least what was that together. But the reason why we only have this figure that we have is because of capacity. You see. So if we can have capacity, we can even audit the risasi ngapi hizi KDF walitumia, hata kama si live, hata kama kwa tumia, I don't know, they use some, there's a live bullet there from the camera. Maybe you can pass it through here. You can pass it through here. This is a live bullet. Yeah. You see, these are facts that we cannot dispute because they happened. But if we can have capacity, there are more victims. Because as I was talking to our comrades from IJM who are just here, I was telling them there's a possibility that the name massacre is there, because if kweli hizo risasi hizo vitu walikuwa napiga zilikuwa zinalia hivyo, and then kuna claims pia walikuwa walibeba watu. Those claims need to be investigated beyond scientific proof that kuna watu 200 Githurai walikufa ama hawakufa, and the only people who have the capacity is such of your offices, because sisi pale tulikuwa kwa ground, si uongo. Me, I'm a journalist. I work for Ghetto Radio, and I'm an investigative journalist on grassroots human rights violations. Okay. So I was there and we have been doing this, but you see, the information you get is minimal. The information you get kwingine is a lot, and also in social media is a lot, and through ethics and easy other processes, hatuwezi assume. So sisi tuko tunaomba as a member of the Githurai social justice also. We need capacity so that watu wale wameathiriwa, mtu yote alikuwa anaogopa, mtu yote alienda kwa nyumba na risasi, mbili anashindwa atatibiwa na mganga mgani ama atafanywa nini, ama sijui polisi watambebaje akipata na risasi. You see, those stigmatization zinafanya watu wengi sana wanaumia kwa nyumba. So we are happy for your coming here, and I know by the end of conversation we are going to have something that can take our community forward, and we address this issue, and also bearing in mind, maybe tomorrow we'll have more casualties, but we are hoping not to have casualties from both sides, either government or community. But your coming here is so much welcome.
There's a vehicle that was flying in town, an unnumbered vehicle. maroon vehicle, and they had worn, they had covered themselves, and they were shooting. So I think there are matters that need to be addressed, from an institutional level. Yeah, and well, we don't know them. No one knows them. Yeah, but we have people who are killed. It doesn't have to. Yeah, it doesn't have to go to the land.
So that is what I was saying. Yesterday, so all these wounds are gunshot wounds, and we have their contacts.
Steven is how old?
We don't know. This was in Jalika. This one is 5 years. This one is the one who's 5 years old. And 16. This one is 22. There's also there's one more there. There should be one more. The one who's in PCA. So, well, yesterday I got a call from.
So Faith and Marius, they are the only seniors here.
And Winfred.
Yeah.
Winfred, the first one.
First of all.
She's 16. Yes. And Gianna is also a girl. Yes. So, yesterday, Human Rights Watch called and they were making an inquiry about the deaths because they told me that on that particular day when we were also getting the records that we were given, that because the city mortuary records, the one that they gave us, and we even have photos of the records, they said they had one body from Githurai. But Kenya Human Rights Watch reported yesterday that they realized that the mortuaries are also covering up because they were able to get 3 more bodies from Githurai. So we were supposed to be. Now that is the question that I was asking them. I was like, so because we had the records, and according to us, it was the one body that had been, booked in the morning.
Now, if fatal shooting here, the subject body, did it happen here?
Yes.
Here? Somebody from the Githurai actually shot in town. What is the right position?
No, the shootings in town. The shootings in town actually were the best documentation that happened are the shootings that happened in town.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those ones are very clear.
Those ones are very clear.
Yes. So we were supposed to have a meeting today because I told them I think we now need to sit down and exchange notes on the data that you have. Haki Africa also called, also said that they found 3 bodies. Yes.
At City Mall?
Yes, at City Mall. So,
These bodies are male, female?
Male.
And his age?
Siwezi jua age because sisi ile moja tulipata ni ya male. So yeah, around maybe 2023 hapo. Yes. Yes. So we were to have a meeting with Haki Africa and Kenya Human Rights Watch today. Then I told them I have back to back, so it might not be possible. We are scheduled to later in the week.
Okay.
But you see, it's been a lot of information going around. And the one thing that we are very keen on verifying is where, if we are talking about bodies, where were they found? Were they bodies from Githurai? Because there have been killings elsewhere. And then also, there have been claims that they kill people and they carry bodies. So we are also looking for families who have missing persons. Because if we do not have families who have missing persons, and we are saying they are dead bodies, then who do these people belong to?
So are people coming to volunteer information here? Probably not be able to engage with them.
At this particular point, we've not set up a yes,
Yes.
yes.
Uh-huh.
But we are in very many platforms where a lot of information is coming in,
Alright,
you know,
alright.
and we're engaging people. We're saying, because we want facts out there. Anyone who has any information about any missing person, any person who was injured, and whether it's a minor injury, it doesn't even have to be a gunshot. Because we are really just trying to account for the people who are hurt because of the protest. For psychosocial support, for legal redress, but also to see how we now give the right reports.
I can emphasize something there on the question that you have asked. With your support, with capacity, you can now have a platform that victims and survivors or victim families or witnesses can come out confidently and you get funds with your support.
But one of the conversations that we are also advancing at this particular point is this word is not the best one to use at this particular point, but it is what it is. A multi-sectoral approach, a documentation of sorts, and a dialogue where, because at this particular, it's not so sustainable to deal with one organization. We've been receiving so many calls since that day. So I'm like, why can't we then consolidate these efforts? Get people from the boda sector, from the markets, from the matatu industry here, and different stakeholders in Githurai, 44 and 45, and the environs. Have a conversation, a fact-finding conversation, where all these organizations now come on board. Journalists come, institutions like IPOA come, so that it's not today I'm telling IPOA this, then tomorrow someone else comes, and it's generally not sustainable, and it's very. Then it also takes us away from the real work that we're supposed to be doing, that is monitoring. So it's a conversation that I've had with different organizations. I had it with KHRC, I had it with IJM this morning. We also had the same conversation with Amnesty. So we are trying to see which is the best way to approach this. Yes, so that everybody comes on board and we all hear the same thing, you know, and then everybody decides what approach they take kuingia ground.
And the fact that watu Thursday wakiingia Githurai walikuwa harassed, really harassed, hizo bullets, na watu wakiingia 45 walikuwa wanaambiwa watoe ID, waeke hivi mikono juu. Yeah, it's really a problem. So it's something that we should address, and yeah, we should not say that yeah, the police are and no, we should not put them away from all this mess. Yeah, because if people are harassed, then you are harassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Comrade, can I say something to respond to what Comrade Brown said? It's also about the plight of those police officers that were innocently deployed. Kuna kama walipopewa gari lichomo. Kama tu kweli, the only option was to run na wafikiwe those 3 police officers. So pia tungependa kujua also as a social justice center, because we also have victims in uniform, like we have victims in blue jeans. Yeah. So how we will approach that issue of also misuse of power, because our police wanajipata kwa position of sincerely, like those ones who are deployed in Githurai who are not supposed to.
With your own assessment.
Yeah, because kama huyo alitolewa, kuna moja alienda ombi na boxer.
So is it about equipping of these officers from your own assessment, ukisema kwamba
Equipping them with tear gas.
Can you qualify
Equipping
that
us
statement?
to-
It's up.
Tear gas to kill people.
Violators.
I'm saying,
Equipping them.
kutoka kwa kambi, the briefing is Githurai iko hivi na hivi na hivi. Violence is really high, there is destruction of property na nini.
Yes.
So from your assessment, wakikuja ndio nasema kwamba hawafai, they are not properly equipped. What exactly is it?
Or these police officers. Kitu ya
Ama ni
kwanza-
vijana sana, they are so young
Hapana,
for
no.
assessment.
If they are so young, wangejoin the Gen Z revolution, it was complete. But let me tell you something. What is happening is our police is not capacitated to deal or to handle the dignity of Kenyan citizens. So how do we deal with capacity citizen control, police dignity, and capacity police capacity to handle sickness? Kwa sababu wase wako na noma hata kidogo, but because of the misrepresentation of the one recommendation I would really give is change of emblem of whatever the national police uses, because it kind of provokes. It's now provoking negativity towards police force, and I say from the what we really need to rethink that, because kama tulikuwa napatikana na uniform ni kama where you are like a community terrorist. That's not good. Na you are a good cop. Na maybe hata unanoma na waandamanaji, lakini uniform inakaa kama suicide vest. The uniform of police uniform should not be like a suicidal vest. It should serve dignity. How do you address that?
Noted. Joki, how is the situation tomorrow? Because going by the schedule of the Gen Z, tomorrow is it not occupied? Even how is the situation like tomorrow on the part of you now, from Githurai? Are you planning to come out tomorrow? How is the one right now?
Sisi wenyewe ukweli sahi kazi yetu tu monitor because at this particular point you will realize there's a lot going on, and a lot of people have also hijacked in the protests. So going by what the president was talking about yesterday, he kept insisting about criminals having infiltrated, and these are the people they're going to deal with. So, I mean, if you look at Ugidi here and you call him a criminal and he was an innocent protester, it's your word against us, you know, and in Githurai. So I still suspect there's going to be violence, especially because now it's not, it has morphed into something else, you know, and these demands keep coming up every day. So our biggest priority at this particular point is to monitor, you know, to ensure that we're closely monitoring the conduct of the police and how they respond to the protests, but also to be very keen on what really sparks the violence. You know, this criminal elements that they are talking about. Is it an imagined? Is it a created story? Is it real? You know. So we are basically interested in ensuring that we don't have any violations as Githurai Social Justice Center, but to also really establish facts, because there's a lot of, you know, propaganda going around, and this is a very volatile time to keep pushing propaganda. You know, we're on the brink of the country burning. One's wrong move, things will, you know. So yes, right now our biggest priority is not going to town for the protest. But if our monitoring, then demands of us that we also go to that particular area or jurisdiction, then we shall.
So within sharing of your thoughts, when I'm in a platform, when I was in the idea, like partners.
That's the active partnership. Yes.
Kenya National?
Kenya National, yes. We've been having joint activities, and they've been in contact at this particular point.
Okay.
So KHRC also called and asked our partner. IMLU also called. Kenya Human Rights Watch, Haki Africa, yes, who else? And Amnesty.
Can I say something also on the partnership? Also, we have been in touch with the political leadership. You can realize Githurai is a cross-border constituency. We are in Kiambu County and we are in Nairobi County. So also we were in touch with the local leadership. For accessing the parliamentarians is a problem, and we have been also with Comrade. The MCA for this place where we are, which is in Nairobi County, is called Dionosia. And he has also been part of it. That it's also important that you get the opinion. And for Mweki County is Honorable Donna Anamtri.
Ambapo parliament mtampata sio kama hapa msalimie.
For parliament, ako in the people's court. So
Brown is our style.
Yeah. So I think it's a very interactive and an eye-opener session. The office hapo singeplace this to so it was important that I felt I needed to come. Actually, at the IPOA, we have this organization in the road that I think will give tunasoma kwa media. Najua facts ziko wapi? Facts ndio tunazo hapa. As we said, we look forward to that kind of constructive engagement with the authority, I mean IPOA. We are available. In the context of our mandate, which is to hold the police accountable in performance of their duties. And in this case, our mandate is very clear on these aspects. For example, there is monitoring. So this sort of looks more clearly. I think it is very threatening. But let me ask you, Joaquin, if I forget. Police wanatoka huku lini, and how was been the deployment in the aftermath of these deals? Wamekuwa wakipatrol ama it was that day na
I don't think it's been that heavy, but we've been asking questions because even our local station here,
It's a full station,
it's like a post, yes.
How many officers were on?
I can't slow the one. Hata hawezi tupatia hiyo namba. But yes, it's a post. So they've been doing patrols, and patrols wamekuwa wakifanya ordinary way. No, the foot. Nani askari wanajulikana hapa, but after the protests and the violence, now watakupata umekaa pale base yenye imekuwa hapo for years na wanajua hata wanakutana na wanajua kila mtu hapo, and they start asking you questions of unafanya nini hapa, unakaa hapa unafanya nini, and they're chasing people away from from these little gatherings. And we even had a conversation, and they've been harassing the youth. We went there and spoke
So
to
the
them.
relationship between community and police valley is worsening by the day.
Sahi, Kumbaya.
Combined.
It's actually last Saturday, but was it last Sunday but one? Yes, not this Sunday, the other Sunday. We had to go there.
This Sunday even there again.
See, jana yengine. We had to go there jioni kwa sababu vijana walikuwa wamekasirika sana, wanasema they are being harassed, you know, and they don't like it. There's wanashikwa bure. We went and had a whole conversation with the inspector. And he said he was willing to have a conversation with a few stakeholders and his police officers, because we were telling him, your officers, what one or two, they're saying their names, you know, and we cannot allow for this to continue. So he told us to come and organize a small meeting with the stakeholders, especially watu wa youth, kwa sababu walikuwa kupiga kelele sana, na pia hao vijana wa Mombezo ndio wanasema wanakuwa harassed, and then he would be willing to have a conversation.
But does this harassment, does it take the form of extortion in any way?
Yes, it is. They are being harassed so that they are extorted, especially how watu ndugu zetu wa youth. So there has been significant harassment, like harassment youth may rise with the current.
Can I be specific on contribution? Just for
Okay.
there are 3 specific police officers that were new that were brought here. Na hao ndio wamekuwa kiarasi mali.
When wameletwa?
Hawajatasa na siko kama jina zao, sababu wametajwa sana na Mayoti. Ongi.
Ule mwandalia unaitwa
Because it's something that maybe you can follow up, but
the names are known. Naturally, your report yet Inspector Kumar. We had a meeting with him. We've been, I think, to me here.
The complaint ameintervene, ameshughulika, has it
Nimesikia kuna watu walipigwa transfer by the way. Akina ngati waliona. That is the problem. But nimesikia ni kama kuna I don't know because sijarudi huko, but tumekuwa overwhelmed by his story. So patrols will happen, but again hatuwezi sema tumekuwa na extraordinary police presence. It's just been our local. Yes.
But also looking at the national figure, ule mtu tunafaa kuangalia sana ni huyo SS wa Central.
Yes.
Central ile town kule.
okay, but kabla hujaenda wherever, hujaenda town kule, I wanted first of all to
Hao watu wote wenye wanaenda town ni watu wanatoka mtaa. Ni watu wanatoka mtaa. Na hiyo deployment ya unaweka watu hivi wanajifunga hivi wanashoot watu protesters hivi.
So one of the questions that I've been grappling with is, you know, we've been dealing with police national police service and holding them accountable, and it has been easy kwa sababu hawa ni watu ambao when it comes to KDF, mambo inakuwa ngumu kidogo.
Where do we get to the
how do we hold these people accountable?
KDF.
Yes.
Holding KDF accountable.
Because
I'll tell you, for IPOA when they're deployed, they're under IG. They're under IG. So for us, in that arrangement, they're performing policy duties. So for IPOA, for us as IPOA, we don't view them as KDF, so to say. They are police officers. They are under the command of IG. IG. So they are under our mandate. They are under our
Because
mandate.
hiyo
as a
kitu
board.
imekuwa
Yes.
ikinisumbua
So
sana.
that is why now I came so that we can have a conversation. So if you witness in the course of your monitoring clear violations on their part, then you know, of course, you channel the the complaint. So again, Joki, in terms of information collection, I don't know how are you in terms of use of technology, gadgets, and all that. And that is within you as now a social center. When you talk of monitoring, how do you go about it? Is it accounts by persons that have been violated? Stories now? Is it that now protesters been able to observe what is happening using your phones to record? What exactly shape does your monitoring activities take? Or higher matter?
Different forms. We've been doing the monitoring of police abuse of power with the jail for quite a while, and so we have a documentation form. So it takes. Yes, I think I have one in my desk, or I can print it. And so you get walk-ins, but we also have forums where, because najua vijana wengi wakiwa violated na polisi hawana hiyo confidence ya kujua kusema that is violated. So we go to where they are, to engage them in conversations. So it is from those conversations that you actually take stories of, oh, unajua mimi nilikuwa naenda home nikitoka mtaa and this happened.
Sorry. Someone from my phone wants to talk to one of you.
Who is that? Why do they want to talk to him?
Because they're in green. Anasema anataka kuongea na nyinyi kidogo. Kuna information
Haina shida. Mimi sasa watatupigia tu.
Juu wamesikia wako
ni investigator ndio.
Ni sawa.
Who is he? Anaitwa nani?
Anaitwa Peter Sambu.
Hello. Nzuri. Ajige ni Mugambi hapa Ni Mugambi. Niko hapa na timu ya Social Justice Center ni sisi tuko hapa. Okay. Okay, I think you still need to come. Utakuja tu bado wakipata time. Alright.
Asante.
So it's talking like we have monitoring team. Kuna team investigators that we wanted to pay a visit. So the right time see where you give them an audience. They are very much interested, especially investigators is the real best. That's what I was interested in there. Numbers, gunshot, homes, ambazo tunaweza pia attribute to police actions.
So they're still trying to consolidate the data. After we have a consolidated, something concrete, I think now.
So there's no case that you brought formally to us, but
this particular incident. No,
not yet.
No,
Oh.
because we're still trying to allow people to come forward with any cases.
Lakini kuna makesi mingi tumewapea
In the past. So this one, all of them are giving themselves for you to
this
Is it a
week.
week, 2 week?
Yeah,
Okay.
because now the thing that we realized is if we have people in the family, we now need to reach out to more people.
Okay.
Sababu one of the person huyo mwenye ako Kikuyu ni wa huko Mlolongo. But it happened.
It happened with right.
So we are also now trying to find the community leaders from these places zenye zimesurround Githurai.
Okay.
Kwa sababu labda inaweza kuwa ni mtu wa Rigo, lakini alishutiwa shutani. So we are giving ourselves this week to consolidate to the community leaders and the influencers of the community. If we do not find any more cases, I think we will work with what we have right now.
Okay.
And submit these cases to IPOA.
Okay.
But I have a question in regard to your question. As I told you, you're coming in is a capacity to us. Yeah. So moving forward, since we still have action-based plans ahead, so we don't know the project, but moving forward, for accountability.
Are you supporting the GNC resolution?
So how do you close that?
No, you are in a safe space.
We are together.
Together.
In holding police to account for excesses. Very clear documented excesses. We are together. We are very much together. Na ndio singojei mkuje mimi najile tunajileta. And the conversation continues. And I'm very happy some of them receiving us. Sometimes anyone associated with government hostility is very high out there. It is very high out there. So Genziwe na kesho wanasema visit tomorrow. We want to understand how far we have gone with these maneno. But should be able to explain it now. Should be our position on how we feel. Yes. So we have points of convergence in terms of putting points to account. So I think we leave it at that. Let's see how we going together with the ships, and then at what point we pick what we should have compiled for our process. So the system department, the system directorate are still interested, as I said, in having a conversation with you. But we could okay. Civic information, perhaps can make advance unless was here to talk about. So that's it. We have a small gift here if you allow Wanjiko.
Fanya hivi.
Tutapiga picha.
Yeah, accountability.
And go kuna
Just true.
so the pay coordinator bag hivi mwambie sasa IPOA